3 on 1. 3 on 1. Let that sink in for a moment because I need every single person watching this video right now to fully absorb the cowardice of what just happened before we go anywhere else. Roman Reigns, the man who calls himself the head of the table, the man who demands acknowledgement and respect and tribal loyalty from every single person in his orbit, could not handle CM Punk alone. The most powerful, most politically dominant, most self-proclaimed superior force in WWE today looked at CM Punk standing across from him and decided that his individual greatness was not sufficient. That the head of the table needed backup. That the tribal chief needed his cousins beside him to do what he apparently cannot do by himself. And so Roman Reigns called the Usos. And the Usos came. And together, three of the most physically capable, most experienced, most strategically coordinated superstars on the WWE roster, they ambushed CM Punk. Not in a match. Not in a sanctioned competitive environment where CM Punk had any opportunity to prepare, to position himself, to use the ring intelligence and the competitive ferocity that has made him one of the most dangerous performers in the history of this business. They ambushed him. Backstage. In the corridor. In the parking lot. In the specific kind of isolated, outnumbered, completely unfair situation that cowards create when they are afraid of what happens in a fair fight. And I am furious. I am furious because CM Punk has been fighting his entire career against exactly this kind of institutional power play. He has been the man that systems try to crush, that authority tries to silence, that established powers try to overwhelm with numbers and politics and every available advantage, because when it is one-on-one, when the playing field is level and the best man wins based on nothing other than ability and heart, CM Punk cannot be stopped. Roman Reigns knows that. The Usos know that. The entire WWE universe knows that. And the ambush that happened tonight is the most explicit possible confirmation that the most powerful faction in WWE is genuinely, deeply, and justifiably afraid of CM Punk in a fair fight. 3 on 1. Roman Reigns needed 3 on 1 to handle CM Punk. In Ring Rumble 1 is going to break every single dimension of this ambush down for you right now. The how, the why, the what it reveals about Roman Reigns' state of mind, and what CM Punk does next in a story that just became the most personal, most emotionally charged, most must-watch rivalry in WWE today. Do not go anywhere. This breakdown is going to make you feel everything and you need every single word of it. Before we go any deeper, 1 minute right now before this story gets any more intense. If Ring Rumble 1 is completely new to you tonight, let me tell you exactly what kind of channel you just found. We do not do neutral here. We do not present both sides with equal weight when one side just used 3 people to ambush one man and call it dominance. Ring Rumble 1 is where wrestling fans who feel this business in their chest, who get genuinely angry when injustice happens in WWE and need someone to name it clearly and break it down completely, come for the real conversation that other channels are too careful to have. Hit that subscribe button right now. One click. Completely free. And it locks you permanently into the most passionate, most honest, most thoroughly invested wrestling community on all of YouTube. Then grab that notification bell and switch it to all notifications immediately, because the Roman Reigns and CM Punk story is moving at a speed that will leave you completely behind if you are not locked in and receiving every update the moment it drops on this channel. Share this video too, right now, before this breakdown is finished. Send it to your wrestling people. Post it everywhere. Drop it in every group chat on your phone. This was coordinated. This was organized. This required Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso to be in the same place at the same time with the same objective, and that level of coordination does not happen accidentally. It requires communication. It requires a plan. It requires all 3 men agreeing in advance that tonight was the night and CM Punk was the target and the method was ambush rather than competition. Think about what that planning process looks like. Roman Reigns sitting with the Usos and identifying the specific moment of CM Punk's vulnerability, the specific corridor, the specific window of time, the specific set of circumstances that would give them the maximum advantage and CM Punk the minimum opportunity to respond. This is the tribal chief applying his considerable strategic intelligence not to winning a match or advancing a championship story but to hurting a man from a position of overwhelming numerical superiority. That is what 3 on 1 really means in this context. It is not just a numbers advantage in a brawl. It is the application of organizational intelligence against an individual. It is Roman Reigns using the most powerful tool available to him, his ability to coordinate and deploy the bloodline as a unified weapon, against the one man on the WWE roster who does not have an equivalent organizational resource to draw on. CM Punk stood alone tonight because CM Punk has always stood alone. And Roman Reigns exploited that solitude with ruthless precision. Here is the conversation that the entire wrestling world needs to be having right now, and Ring Rumble 1 is going to lead it. Roman Reigns needed the Usos to ambush CM Punk. And the word needed is doing enormous work in that sentence. Roman Reigns is a former Universal Champion. A former WWE Champion. One of the most decorated, most physically dominant, most experienced championship-level superstars in the history of this company. He has conquered opponents that most people believed were unconquerable. He has survived rivalries that most people believed would end his reign. He has operated at the top of WWE's food chain for an extended period of time that no superstar in the modern era can match. Roman Reigns does not lack confidence. Roman Reigns does not lack ability. Roman Reigns does not lack the physical tools or the psychological fortitude to handle virtually any situation the wrestling world throws at him. And yet, tonight, against CM Punk, he called the Usos. That call, that specific decision to not handle CM Punk alone, to not look at the situation and say I am Roman Reigns and I do not need help for this, is the most revealing thing Roman Reigns has done in months. Because Roman Reigns knows CM Punk. He has watched CM Punk operate. He has observed what CM Punk does to opponents who underestimate him, who come at him without adequate preparation, who believe that physical superiority alone is enough to handle a man whose greatest weapon has never been his body but his mind. Roman Reigns called the Usos tonight because he looked at CM Punk and calculated the risk of a fair encounter and concluded that the risk was too high. That is fear, has not weakened CM Punk's position in this rivalry. It has done the opposite. And understanding why requires understanding who CM Punk fundamentally is and what ambushes historically due to a man built the way CM Punk is built. CM Punk does not break under pressure. CM Punk does not recalibrate when the situation becomes more dangerous or more unfair or more stacked against him. If anything, if history tells us anything about how this man responds to being outnumbered and overwhelmed and deliberately targeted by coordinated opposition, the ambush tonight has done something to CM Punk's internal engine that Roman Reigns is going to deeply regret activating. It has given him a personal grievance. A specific, burning, deeply felt injustice that goes beyond championship motivation or competitive rivalry and enters the territory of something that CM Punk cannot walk away from and cannot let resolve itself on anyone else's timeline. 3-on-1. Roman Reigns chose 3-on-1. And CM Punk is going to carry the memory of being ambushed by Roman Reigns and the Usos into every single interaction with every single one of those three men for as long as this story continues. It is going to be present in every promo he cuts. It is going to fuel every training session. It is going to be the specific image that flashes in his mind in the moment of maximum competitive stress when his body is telling him to stop and his will is telling him to keep going. 3-on-1 is going to be the reason CM Punk keeps going when everything hurts and when stopping would be the easier choice. Roman Reigns handed CM Punk the most powerful motivational fuel available to a competitor tonight. And he did it because he was afraid. That is the beautiful and brutal irony of what happened in this ambush. The move designed to weaken CM Punk has made him more dangerous than he was before it happened. Let's spend real time on the Usos specifically because they are not passive instruments in tonight's ambush. They are active participants with their own stakes, their own histories with CM Punk, and their own complicated relationship with the bloodline loyalty that brought them to that corridor tonight. Jimmy Uso participating in a 3-on-1 ambush against CM Punk at Roman Reigns' direction is entirely consistent with who Jimmy has been throughout the bloodline era. Jimmy's loyalty to Roman has been tested and ultimately has held in ways that reveal a man who has chosen family hierarchy over personal moral judgment in virtually every significant moment of decision. Tonight is another entry in that pattern, and it deepens the question of whether Jimmy Uso will ever reach a point where Roman's demands exceed what Jimmy is willing to provide. Jey Uso's participation is more complicated. Significantly more complicated. Because Jey Uso has been through a journey with Roman Reigns that includes real psychological damage and a real break for independence that the WWE Universe witnessed and felt deeply. Forward. I have given you the complete breakdown, the mechanics of the ambush, the fear behind Roman's decision to use the Usos, the transformation of CM Punk's motivation, and the complicated individual implications for Jimmy and Jey. Now this community needs to be as loud as the outrage tonight deserves. Tell me right now, how angry are you at Roman Reigns for using the Usos to ambush CM Punk 3-on-1? And what does CM Punk do next? Does he find allies of his own to level the playing field, or does he go at the entire bloodline alone because that is who CM Punk fundamentally is? And is there any part of you that believes Jey Uso's participation tonight means something different from Jimmy's, that Jey might be the crack in the bloodline wall that CM Punk eventually exploits? Drop everything in the comments below. Your outrage, your prediction, your theory on whether Roman Reigns' fear of CM Punk is the beginning of the tribal chief's downfall. Put it all there right now, because this community is the best wrestling conversation on YouTube, and your voice is what makes Ring Rumble 1 the channel it is. And if you know someone who missed tonight, someone who does not know yet that Roman Reigns and the Usos ambushed CM Punk 3-on-1, send them this video immediately. Tag them in the comments. Ring Rumble 1 just gave them the most complete, most honest, most emotionally thorough breakdown of the most infuriating moment in WWE right now. 3 things before you go, non-negotiable every single time. Like this video right now. This second. One tap tells YouTube this content matters and deserves to reach every wrestling fan on this platform tonight. Do not wait. Hit it now. Share this video everywhere. Every platform. Every group chat. Every wrestling community you are part of. Roman Reigns and the Usos ambushing CM Punk 3-on-1 is the most infuriating, most talked about story in WWE right now, and Ring Rumble 1 delivered the most complete, most passionate, most honest breakdown of it available anywhere online. Share it everywhere. Put your people onto this channel. Subscribe and turn that notification bell to all right now if you are not already locked into this community. Because CM Punk's response to this ambush is going to be one of the most compelling chapters in this entire rivalry, and Ring Rumble 1 will be here for every single moment, faster, deeper and more real than any other wrestling channel on this platform. Roman Reigns needed 3 people to handle CM Punk tonight. And the best in the world is just getting started. This is Ring Rumble 1. And we are only just beginning. See you in the next one. Asterisk.